Welcome to Jackson and Seth at the Movies, where we talk about movies all day. I'm Seth Orris, and along with me today on this movie adventure is my good friend, Jackson Hayes. Jackson, how are you doing?
I am doing fine.
Good. I love to hear it. How was the last week for you?
So, I saw quite a few movies.
Quite a few movies.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Well, good.
What about you?
Pretty good. Saw a few movies as well. Had a good time. Excited to discuss about some movies today with you.
Yeah, me too.
So today we have some pretty cool topics to go over. Some pretty cool reviews. Jackson's going to talk about a bad movie. We're going to go over some news. We're going to have a movie trailer discussion at the end. We're also going to be talking about the movies coming out this weekend that we are going to see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's get right into it with the Alien Covenant review. So Alien Covenant, as you guys know, this will be we'll do a spoiler part of this and a non-spoiler part. We'll do the non-spoiler first.
Non-spoilers and spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, to be honest, it's really hard to talk about this movie without getting into spoilers. I mean, we'll first get into our basic thoughts as much as we can.
Yeah. So Jackson, just let me know some of your basic thoughts, and we'll go from there.
Well, this movie was just like what I expected it to be. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it either. I'm not sure if I think this is better or worse than Prometheus. I feel
Really?
like it's the same level, maybe. Because there's a lot of stuff I liked about it, but there was also a lot of stuff that kind of made me went, oh god, I knew they would do that, or oh geez, that sort of thing. And I feel like this was more like a soft rebooting movie that felt not very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of reasons. I knew what I was going for this movie, and I basically got it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't give me anything new. It's just Alien.
Yeah.
It's just another Alien movie, which I like the Alien movies. In fact, this year I've been watching all 4 of the movies. I didn't watch the AVP movies, but I was watching from Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, and I noticed each of those movies are kind of unique in their own way. The first 2 are really good. Third one was interesting only because of behind the scenes stuff, and Alien Resurrection is just funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I really can't find anything unique about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably about up there as Prometheus. I mean, that's probably all I got. What did you think of it, Seth?
I liked it a lot when I first saw it. I sat with it for a few days. I think it's a fine movie. Technically, it's great. Technically, this is a good movie.
Good looking?
Yeah, good looking.
I would say good looking.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Like, Ridley Scott, as I've said, he knows how to shoot a picture. Like, he has such a director's eye when it comes to a camera and seeing through it.
He does.
Now, I think it's better than Prometheus. Prometheus sucks.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, it sucks.
Well, I mean, it's mostly a movie with a lot of missed opportunities. Same thing with this one. A movie with a lot of missed opportunities.
Now, what I'll say is, I really, really, really was excited about this movie after I saw it because of 2 things.
Uh-huh.
We got to see aliens again.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Fassbender is incredible in this movie.
Yep.
He is if Michael Fassbender was not in this movie would have probably a 10-11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it would have been good. I agree. I like him the best out of everybody.
He's the most likable character.
Uh-huh.
And the best character, and he's a robot. he's not even a human.
He plays as two characters.
Which is a little bit of a spoiler.
A little bit. I mean, you kind of... If you guys seen Prometheus, you probably know that going into this movie, but we won't go that depth yet. But yeah, he plays as David and a new model named Walter, which you can kind of see their differences. Which I like how Michael Fassbender adds something different between the two. Like, you can obviously tell which one's David and which one's Walter.
For sure. The characters in this movie are really bland and boring. They do that thing that they do with... They tried to do with Prometheus and create the new Ripley.
Oh, yeah.
And a strong female character.
I call her a wannabe Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. And I mean, she's a great actress. I think she's really talented.
Catherine Larson's pretty fine.
But when you're given that kind of stuff to work with, it's kind of hard.
Yeah. Even as a director, that could be really hard to work with. Just depends on script.
Mm-hmm.
That's one problem with Ridley Scott. He likes to pick a lot of scripts, whether it's good or bad.
Mm-hmm. I hate saying that I didn't like the movie, because I wanted so badly to like the movie. I was one of the main, like, me and Jackson, before, I was like, Jackson, it's going to be so good. I've even said on the podcast before, I'm like, it's going to be so good. He's like, we'll see.
Yeah.
And we saw, and I think if you're just a casual movie-going fan who likes Alien, like, and you don't think about it too much, you kind of just, like, go to see some Alien, see some gore, which is one of the best parts of this movie, too. Is the gore.
It was pretty gory.
Gore and everything is sweet. Like, it's super, like, it's pretty practical, too. They use a lot of practical effects with the gore.
That was really cool, the gory effects. It's even, like, I like it when movies, whenever you see something really gory, it's not just, like, gory where it's like, oh, cool, blood. It's, like, disgusting gory where it'll make you cringe.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
It kind of makes you look at your friend and be like, oh my gosh, like...
Exactly.
Gives you the heebies.
Uh-huh.
Movie... The aliens were not very scary.
No.
The neomorphs cool to see.
They really don't do anything. I mean, they don't really show what's the big difference between the neomorphs and the xenomorphs. They're just basically the same, but with different skin color.
And
that's not really saying much.
But, I mean, the neomorph has some different capabilities that we just didn't get to see yet. Because we only saw one.
Is that just because they're going to set up for more sequels? Because I heard Ridley Scott wants to make 5 more movies out of this.
Well, they already greenlit the next one.
I just rolled my eyes.
Yeah. But, I mean, here's what I'll say. I did like how the aliens looked.
They're xenomorphs. They're scary. They look like the first movie.
Yeah, I know, but they, like, for using special effects on some of the alien stuff, the special effects look pretty good.
They do look decent.
You know, and they look like a xenomorph, exactly, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean...
I feel like some of the close-up shots, you can tell they use practical effects, but there's some CGI shots that kind of bother me a little bit.
Yeah. There's a part where... No, we'll get into spoilers later. But we'll just get into spoilers now. That's our basic thoughts. It's...
Well, what would you recommend it, or what rating would you give it?
For rating, I'm just gonna say if I'd recommend it or not right now, and we'll get to rating after spoilers. So if you're not gonna listen to the spoiler review, because you haven't seen it yet, we'll just say if we would recommend it or not. I would say if you're just a casual Alien fan, you like seeing aliens kill people, or like seeing, you know, just a basic kind of horror movie. If you like Prometheus, you'll like this movie. I don't think you'll have any problems with this movie if you like Prometheus a lot. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I'd say wait till it comes out on DVD, or if you're gonna see it in IMAX. Because like I said, Ridley Scott really shoots a beautiful picture in this one. But yeah, that's my basic thoughts. What about you, Jackson?
Okay, if you're one of those kind of guys who are looking for answers for Prometheus, or you want a better, follow up, I would say this is more satisfying. If you're one of those people who want to know stuff about Prometheus, you'll be satisfied. To be honest, I wouldn't recommend this one. It's basically the same movie as the first Alien movie. It's gonna be really predictable. There's no interesting characters except for Michael Fassbender's till like second half in the movie, but even I have issues with that too. And this one doesn't really stand out as well as some of the other Alien movies. Even the bad ones like Alien Resurrection. This one's just kind of bland to me. There's not even some good tension or scary moments. Some of them are paced a little too short. So, to be honest, I wouldn't recommend it. I say go see a different movie. Or if you want to watch an Alien movie, go watch the first one.
Or the second.
Or the second one. Or even David Fincher's Alien 3. Or Alien Resurrection.
No. This movie's better than Alien Resurrection.
Well, yes, I know. But at least Alien Resurrection had some sort of... Like I said, each of the movies are very unique in their own way. Mm-hmm. This one isn't. This one's trying to be like the first Alien, but with Prometheus answers.
I think this movie... So you're saying you would, if you had the choice right now, you would watch Resurrection over Covenant?
It at least did something a little different.
But
even though it's kind of like trying to be too hard like Aliens, but at the same time they were cloning Ripley. Mm-hmm. And there was like some weird, funny stuff. I think I'm mostly just saying it's maybe more entertaining per se. Just because I think Alien Resurrection is a so bad it's so good movie. I got some entertainment out of it. I mean, you'll be entertained with Alien Covenant anyways, because Seth mentioned that, the movie looks good. I agree. Ridley Scott knows how to make a good-looking movie.
Very technical director.
In a technical way. It's just... I just didn't feel like this movie gave me anything. Not anything just new, but... I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it, honestly.
I am gonna say this before we get into spoilers. I'm gonna disagree with you, Jackson.
Okay.
That this movie doesn't have some sort of... They are all unique.
Yeah.
This one's unique in the fact that Michael Fassbender's performance is so good.
Yeah, just like in Prometheus.
But it's better in this movie.
Well, true. I mean, they did his character better than Prometheus, which again, we'll get into spoilers.
If you want, if you're if you just want to see a pretty... the performance is so good in this movie.
Just one performance I really liked.
Yeah, I know. And I think it's stupid that, this was the only, good performance in the movie was his. Mm-hmm. Because I would have liked to see everyone give a good performance. Yeah. Because characters can... Danny McBride gave a good performance.
He was good.
And his character was somewhat mediocre.
Yeah. It's nice to see him in a serious role. I haven't seen him.
He does pretty good.
Before,
he does pretty good.
There's something. And Catherine Waterston was okay, and James Franco, well.
Spoilers.
Go check him out in that one clip. It's on Facebook, and that's all.
The prologues are better than this movie.
I agree. Those are deleted scenes. It's some of them.
Well, they're directed by David Fincher's son.
Really?
Yeah, the prologues are.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. All right, spoiler time. Anyone we'll tell you where to skip to on the Facebook and the YouTube.
3, 2, 1. David creates the aliens.
He does.
There you go. If you just heard that, well, sorry, you've just been spoiled. We warned you. Okay.
Here's where we're probably gonna actually get into a bigger fight than we did with the King Arthur stuff. Look, Michael Fassbender, his performance is creepy.
Yes.
It's good.
Yes.
It's enough to get people to see the movie.
Kind of.
His performance alone is worth the admission price.
I agree with you. The performance was good, but I feel like a performance doesn't mean that could make up a whole movie, or because he's only in the midway into the movie. Because then you have, if you're gonna return to this movie, because then you'll have to wait.
No, but he's good as both.
Yeah, he is. He is good as both.
He's good as David and Walter.
Yeah. Well,
so it's the full movie. He's good.
Mostly, I mean, I don't mind Walter's character. I feel like he's really good when it comes to a rivalry to... Did I say that wrong? Rivalry to David.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, I like how he does a different... You can tell he's different from David, from Prometheus. The way how he sounds, the way how he moves, the way how he thinks. But I don't think he's vastly as interesting until when he meets David. And then that's when things got really interesting, where they start talking about like a newer model up against an older model, which is that's the part that's kind of interesting for me.
The first time we see a neomorph come to life, probably in my opinion the best scene of the film.
At first I thought this was how the aliens were created, which I was like, please no, please no, please no. But it's just a different kind of alien species.
It's a neomorph.
Okay.
It's different than a xenomorph.
So wait, we got a xenomorph in this movie, and then there's a neomorph, but then there is also a xenomorph in Prometheus, but that's not really a xenomorph. Oh yeah, I was also going to mention, there's some stuff in Prometheus where, you know how Prometheus has open ideas for what the next movies would cover? They kind of scrapped a lot of that idea, those ideas.
Yeah.
Which that's another thing I felt like they could have went a little bit more in focus on. Like, I like how David becomes very creepy, but I would really like to see how he becomes creepy. I mean, I know he just tells us things, and I like how there are certain shots where it shows, oh, this is what he must have done, especially with is it Naomi or Numi? Or Numi Replace? I can't pronounce her name.
Naomi.
Right. Naomi Replace, who is Elizabeth Shaw. Like I would like to see... This is one of the things I feel like the movie kind of does. Like, when I say this movie's just like what I expected, we're going to see these characters. The characters on the ships who are couples, which it makes sense why now, because at first I thought in the trailers, I'm like, oh wait, aliens but with couples now? How's that gonna work? But then now it's just like couples breeding to another planet. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But they're not interesting, and I knew that going into this. I was hoping that any of the characters would be good or surprising or interesting, but there was not one I could think of out of all the characters. I mean, I liked them.
This movie is pretty much Friday the 13th in space.
I know! There's even like a shower scene which made me laugh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
The campers are stupid as hell.
They don't even wear helmets.
This way being the scientists.
I don't think they're meant to be scientists. I don't know.
No, they are. It says they're scientists.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the movie it does. I wish that the movie, like, at the beginning when... What's his fuck? He dies.
Oh. James Franco?
James Franco.
Oh.
I wish that everyone would have been lit on fire at the beginning. And everyone would have died. And it would have just been a movie about Walter. I got one space.
Maybe. Actually, I hope it was... Maybe this movie... I feel like this movie could have been better if David was the main character of the whole movie. And the whole movie is just him trying to experiment and trying to make creation. Because his goal of this whole movie was trying to make a perfect creation.
That's also a very good part of the movie. Is
I
when
agree, yeah.
He takes the guy into his, like, workshop. He calls it his devil's workshop, pretty much. And there's, like, an alien on a cross. and alien skulls and all this stuff. Then he takes him down to his like breeding room with a bunch of alien eggs.
Yeah.
And the egg opens up and he's like, "What is it?" And he's like, "Look inside." First of all,
I would be
you're stupid.
There you go. Yeah.
Like, even if someone was like, "Look in it," obviously you're not going to want to look in it after what you just saw in the other room.
Wouldn't they just be like, "That's really creepy the way how you said it. I don't feel comfortable."
Yeah, like no. This movie, it makes me sad. I really I wanted to like it, and I wish I would have. I think that if I just want Ridley Scott for the next Alien movie, just find someone who's going to write a good script with good characters.
Hopefully. Or
I know.
He'll just do another Alien movie. I mean, I'll give Ridley Scott this. He's good at making the first movie again, and again, and again, and again.
Yeah.
And again. It's like if you're going to take James Cameron to take him back to Aliens, it's like he'll do the same thing as like Aliens.
I would much rather see James Cameron do the next Alien movie than
Avatar. Yeah, I agree.
No, I mean, you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
I would much rather see James Cameron hop aboard the Alien franchise as it is now, do the next Alien movie, than see Ridley Scott do the next one.
Yeah, or Fox, let Neil Blomkamp make his movie. I don't care if the script got scrapped or there's something that they could work. Let them have time to think about it. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up real quick, but there's a lot of stuff about this movie that I liked.
Mm-hmm. I mostly like the second half of the movie a lot because it I can understand that Prometheus was trying to do I can understand it's trying to be like the first Alien or Blade Runner where it was like asking questions that the movie's not attempting to answer. But then there's some things that the movie asks and sometimes just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know. And this movie kind of does a little bit of that.
This movie is... Here's what I said to Noah after I saw the movie the first time. After we saw the movie on Saturday. Second time I had seen it. I think the last 20 minutes proves you can make a really good, creepy, scary alien movie if you would just try. Because the last, before the ending, when they're, trying to shoot the alien out the escape or whatever, the stupid thing, there are parts of that I'm like, if you just gave those guys a gun, had David be evil like he is, turn off all the cameras, turn off everything, focus on the characters, don't show us where the alien is. Have them...
Or don't do the stupid point of view shot.
No, yeah, don't do the point of view shot.
That was a weird thing. Yeah. It's like they put a camera inside the Xenomorph's head, which is obviously...
And you could see CGI. What he was doing. What you gotta do is just focus on these characters. If they don't know where this thing is...
Then that's scary.
Are you kidding me? The fact that he's like, oh, he's right here. Then you see the alien, then you see them, then you know exactly where everything is.
There's no tension.
There's not. But let's be honest. If he did that where David was like, sorry, can't help you, and that was the way he revealed that he was David to them, which we'll talk about the very end in a sec, because I like the very, very end. If he was like, sorry, something, writers are the ones who make that up, it's not me.
Yeah.
And be like, everyone in the theater's like, I knew it was him, but that's a cool way for him to reveal it's him to them.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, pretty much they're like, we're done. And they have to actually weave their way through the ship, trying to find the alien, but not be found by the alien. It'd be so scary.
It would.
And you can do things with sound. Movies can be made scarier than they used to be, in some ways. The only difference is people don't care about movies as much. Some people.
Executives.
Don't care about movies as much as they used to.
Mm.
They're like, oh, we'll just throw an alien on the screen and people will buy it.
I have such a huge issue with that. That's one thing I kind of appreciate a lot more than Prometheus and, say, Alien Covenant, when I was really thinking about it, is that I'll give Prometheus this. As much crap as I give it, it tried to be something different. Mm-hmm. It tried to be a philosophical...
It tried to open up something about the alien universe that we didn't know.
Yeah, but also it kind of like dealing with themes of religion, creation, life. You know, I'll give the movie credit that, and as much as I hate to say this, I would give Damien Lindelof some credit for that. Mm-hmm. But this one just felt like this was a studio decision where, the people are not going to see these movies because they have no aliens. So let's put some xenomorphs in there to make fans happy. And the worst part is, they don't do a lot that's new with the xenomorphs. Because when you watch the Alien movies, there's always something new about them, except for Resurrection. But... like in the first one, you don't know what it is. It's the first time they're introducing it to you. And you don't know what it's going to do and you kind of learned of its phases. You get what it does, and you're thinking, oh shit, that's scary. And then the second one amped it up even further with having more aliens, and this time revealing more that there's an alien queen breeding everything. And even if there's more aliens, if you have an army, you still can't go against it. Mm-hmm. And hell, even in Alien 3, one thing they put out that's kind of new, I wouldn't say really new, but kind of, is that the alien could take many forms if it's planted in a dog or an ox, whichever version of Alien 3 you watch. Mm-hmm. Or even just Alien Resurrection, where, Ripley's a clone. That's something, at least. This one, it's just the xenomorphs. We do see a new kind of xenomorph called neomorphs, but they are not as... there's nothing interesting about them other than just... they look like xenomorphs, but just all pale.
Now, here's why I have a problem with the movie, is because neomorphs are cool. If you read, like, the Alien graphic novels...
I don't care about that kind of stuff.
No, I know.
I just focus on what the movie gives me.
Yes, I know you do.
And usually the movie should
here's what I'm saying. Okay? If they just took a second to explain, then me and you would be having a different conversation.
Maybe,
the neomorphs are cool creatures, man. Almost as cool as the xenomorphs. Okay? But the problem is, they don't take the time... and they don't give the effort to show us that they are cool.
Exactly.
Okay? But what I'm saying to you is, in the comics, in the books, and stuff like that, they're cool creatures, okay? So I'm saying it's the film's fault for people acting like you're acting and just being like, oh, they just threw a neomorph in there. Because they did. They should have thrown a neomorph in the movie, but made it like it should have been.
Yeah, that's what I feel like what they should have done. Like, at least if they're going to make something that's similar, then give us, like, a good reason why they would be there. Because I'm not those kind of people that would... like, I'm a fan of those kind... I'm a fan of sci-fi movies, but I don't get in depth with, comics or books, which I feel like that's a sellout thing, where it's like, if you don't explain it, but if you say, oh, they'll explain it more in the book, you'll like them better. Uh-huh. Like, even I don't know what the neomorphs do, and you may be right, they may be cool. It's just, I feel like if you just watch a movie that's standalone, I mean, the first Alien didn't need to, like, oh, if you want to know more about him, here's a comic book, here's a literature
Well, yes,
page.
and I understand that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is, a big problem I have with this movie is the fact that exactly what you're saying.
So why are we arguing about this?
Because when I said, but if you read the comics, all this stuff, you said, I don't care. You gave me the reaction of, but here's the thing, it's not your job to care about that stuff.
No.
It's the filmmaker's job to care about what they're creating.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're not arguing right now. What I consider this to be is like a lively discussion.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not mad at you because you're right. Ridley Scott created one of the masterpieces of horror.
Mm-hmm.
And just the Alien series as a whole is a really good film series.
Yeah.
Like, say what you will, there's been a bunch of hiccups, but Alien and Aliens alone are two of the greatest movies of all time.
It's up there my favorites too.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to argue with you, but what I'm saying is the filmmakers should take issue with the fact that people are like, oh, well, the neomorph is stupid. The neomorph, it's the xenomorph, just pale.
Okay, I didn't say it was stupid. I just said I thought it was a...
No, I know, but there's people out there who are, saying, oh, the neomorph is stupid. It's just a xenomorph, but pale.
Right.
Which is what you said, but you didn't call it stupid. But I'm saying people are calling it stupid. When a neomorph is cool, their design is cool, they've got different features than the xenomorph, their backstory is pretty cool, all this stuff. How they, mate and all this stuff is cool. Okay?
Maybe I just don't read.
No, and that's fine. You don't have to. That's why movies are cool, is because we shouldn't have to read books.
No, definitely.
Star Wars? But what reading should do is draw us back to the coolest part of movies.
Yeah.
Star Wars books, you don't have to read them.
No.
But if you do, I've been reading Star Wars books lately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're the coolest. Because you learn so much about these things, and you're like, oh, that's cool. But the thing is I could have not have read those books, wouldn't feel different. But now, people are like, oh, the neomorph's stupid. And then I have to be like, if you care at all, you should try the comics. And they're like, but I don't want to read a book.
Well, that's the film's fault for not making me care.
And I know, and that's what I'm saying. It's the filmmaker's fault.
Yeah.
It's the writer's fault.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's why I'm saying that they didn't put a lot of effort into this movie. It's like they want to show us some new things that's interesting, but they don't go... It doesn't feel as important,
Mm-hmm.
I would say. Like, if you replace the Neonorse with something else, it probably would not make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I say I wouldn't recommend this one, because there's a lot of stuff that gets me so puzzled and...
There's a lot of... The movie... It's fine. Just rent it on Redbox.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
Do whatever you want. You don't have to listen to us. You can see it, whatever.
Well, of course they can see it.
Yeah.
But we're just telling... If they care about our opinions at all, this is our opinions on it.
Yeah.
The ending with David, when it reveals that he was there.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite part of the movie with Michael Fassbender, when he's like, "I'll tuck in the children. Don't let the bed bugs bite." Oh, that line's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause you are like, oh, he means aliens. Like, it's kind of stupid, but it's kind of cool too. Then he chokes up all the alien eggs or whatever, the larva, whatever the fuck it is.
It's a setup
embryos.
for the next movie.
Yeah. But that's gonna wrap up our alien discussion. It is mediocre at best. And if you want to see it, go see it. If you don't, then don't. We don't care. We just hope, if you see it, we hope you enjoy it though.
Why not just go watch a documentary of how Aliens 3 was made? That was more interesting than this movie.
But do whatever you want. And if you like it, that's cool. Let us know in the comments.
A lot of people were very mixed about this. A lot of people like it or dislike it.
And if people like it, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like
it or
I
not.
like it. I genuinely I like the film. There's a lot of things I like about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I don't like though. So it's sort of
in the middle.
I don't know.
It's generic at best.
For the next 5 minutes or maybe less, Jackson's gonna give you a small little brief overview of what he thought of the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, what a strong opening. Okay, well, usually, I watch like 3 movies a year that either I want to torture myself or a movie that looks bad but can be really enjoyable. Like last year, I watched Norm of the North and 9 Lives.
But Norm of the North was fun.
That's because we were there.
I know.
But you were there with 9 Lives. But anyways, so I don't know why. I don't know why Diary of Wimpy Kid. I read the books. I liked the books when I was a kid. And then I remember I saw the movies. I was super disappointed. I did not want to watch another one. Then I heard that I'm not sure if this is a straight up sequel or a reboot because they, replaced the whole entire cast. Which that's probably explains why Gregory's mom is more good looking. Because Alicia Silverstone. How old is she? Is she like in her late... Is she like still in her 30s or something like that?
I don't know. She's cute though.
Well, she's still good looking. Okay, well, going into this movie, it was very bad. It was a poopy movie, just like what I thought it would be. Unfortunately, I did not get any enjoyment. The only thing I've noticed was that there were some really interesting pedophilia innuendos that I think it's not intentional in this movie. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a scene where Greg, or the kid, like, gets in a hotel room thinking it's his family. Like, his family's sleeping, it's all dark, so he sneaks into bed sleeping what we think is his parents. And it turns out in the morning, he turns around and there's a big fat guy in bed. They both scream, and the guy tries to hold him. And the worst part is, here's where it gets uncomfortable. The kid, Greg, is in his underwear.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. There are some interesting pedophilia moments in this movie, but otherwise, that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, to any of you guys who are committing suicide, if you want to do it in a slow, painful way, I suggest...
watching this movie.
I suggest before getting your bathtub ready to put ice and put your jellyfish in there, I say watch this movie first, so that way it'll get you into the mood.
Definitely.
I give this an F-. This is one of the worst movies I've seen this year. It's probably down there with Snatch and The Circle. Although, I probably prefer cringe over boring, but it's... What's the point? Anyways, can we get on to movie news? It's an F-. I give it an F-.
Okay, movie news. So we're going to do our thumbs up, thumbs down movie news segment.
Uh-huh.
And we're kind of going to go fast through this because we've been talking for a while.
And there's a lot of news.
There is. But we'll just give our quick overviews, talk a little bit, get into it. Mm-hmm. So thumbs up, thumbs down, Jackson. Arnold Schwarzenegger has announced in the past week that he will be appearing in the new Terminator film.
Why not? He's the best part of Genesis, so thumbs up to that.
Thumbs up.
Because I like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's great as the Terminator, as always. Even if he's in a bad movie, he's still good as the Terminator.
I'll give it a thumbs up as well.
Yeah.
I'm excited for him.
And aren't they? They're rebooting it again.
Yeah.
With this time, James Cameron is coming back to produce. Although I'm not sure, since in his Avatar stage, what he's gonna be like with this Terminator. But at least Tim Miller, the guy who did Deadpool, was part of it, which I didn't mind Deadpool. There's nothing uniquely interesting about the direction of that movie, personally, for me. But, hey, he knows how to make something entertaining, so
yeah.
Why not?
We'll see. It will just depend.
We want it to be stopped after 2.
We want it to be good.
Yes. We want it to be good.
Mamma Mia sequel set for 2018. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Fuck Mamma Mia.
Why? Thumbs up for me.
I hated Mamma Mia.
It is a good movie.
No, it's not. It's not.
Why do you say that?
It's cringe. Absolute cringe. I don't remember a lot that happened in the movie, because I remember seeing this, my dad's a huge fan of ABBA, and I like ABBA too. This is based on a Broadway play, which I haven't seen, but it was cringy to watch, because most of the actors, especially Pierce Brosnan and Meryl Streep, Meryl Streep is a good singer. I like her in Into the Woods. But for some reason, she was so half-assed in Mamma Mia. Her singing voice was awful. I'm not sure if it's the direction or... And Pierce Brosnan was awful too. And the plot, I can't necessarily... Maybe it's just because I haven't seen this movie in a while, but I just remembered, I was just like, oh God, oh God, oh God. Which if you like it, that's fine. They're making another one. Great. Great, I'll buy their soundtrack. Just to die. Anyways, what do you think of this?
I'm excited. I like Mamma Mia a lot, and I'm excited to see a sequel. I'm going to put it at that. I think the movie's actually really good. I think it's enjoyable. I mean, of course, it's not going to win any Oscars or anything, but I think it's pretty good.
It'll definitely win Razzies.
Did the last one win Razzies?
I don't know. You want
No,
to look it up?
then it won't.
It's still...
I'm giving Jackson the middle finger.
You gave me a bird.
I did.
It's not the first time.
But we'll just move on past that.
Anyways, moving on.
Let me get to here. So, for number 3, we have Johnny Depp. Originally, it was found out that he turned down Pirates of the Caribbean 5, so that he could... Oh, not so that he could. He turned it down because there was a female villain in the role.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jackson read more into this than I did, but that's a pretty bad headline.
Yeah. Actually, I'm really pissed. I'll give this... I'm not sure what to give this. I'll give this in the middle, because... Don't listen to the headlines. The headlines are making Johnny Depp as a sexist. Mm-hmm. Honestly, here's the reason why. The reason why is because he felt like it was really redundant because he worked on a movie where it has a female villain called Dark Shadows.
Yes.
Directed by Tim Burton. That movie had a female villain. And so he thought it would just be redundant to have him in another movie with a female. Which, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, I would say. I wouldn't consider this sexist. I can get where he's coming from, even though it really shouldn't matter what male, female, black and white, whatever. It shouldn't really matter. I mean, I think this news is supposed to get feminists really angry at Johnny Depp, which, trust me, that's probably not the reason. I don't think this was his sexist thing. I think it's because I can see where he's coming from with this.
Yes, I can see where he's coming from, but all it did is put a female out of a job.
But isn't there a female in Pirates as a sidekick?
Yes, as a sidekick.
The girl from Maze Runner?
Yes, as a sidekick.
Oh.
Okay?
Right.
So, I'm not a feminist by any means.
Uh-huh.
But here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
If Javier Bardem was not in this movie, I wouldn't be seeing this movie.
Uh-huh.
So really, it got my ticket paid for because I'm going to see it because of that.
Uh-huh.
But all it did was, like, take a job away from someone who might have been great in the role and given an opportunity to do this. A woman.
Mm-hmm. Did you know Iron Man 3 did the same thing?
Yeah.
Except I feel like with that one, I mean, Johnny Depp gave a reason, and I can see why. Except with Iron Man 3, Marvel just wanted the Mandarin over Shane Black's idea for a woman, which I think that's sexist. But I feel like...
Well, the Mandarin is a lot of the reason Iron Man 3 doesn't work.
Kind of.
It's a movie. But yeah, moving on from that, because...
This is just a clickbaity website.
Yeah,
just
I'm going to give it a thumbs down, because the headline's kind of stupid, but...
Yeah.
Here's the big one, is Tom Hardy is set to star in Venom, the Sony Venom movie.
Great.
As Venom, and the Zombieland director is set to direct.
Great. I'm gonna give this a mid, because I love Venom when he's with Spider-Man, and I love the storyline with the symbiote, but to be honest, I haven't read any standalone Venom stuff, which if fans like it, they'll probably get what they want from this movie, depending. And Tom Hardy's a good actor. I love him. Actually, no, he's great. In fact, I loved him a lot of movies. Mad Max, Bronson, he's fantastic. And hey, if anybody, is still pissed about that 70s guy as Spider-Man, Venom, then hey, you'll get Tom Hardy. He's a better actor. So, okay. I haven't seen Zombieland. I know. I'm going to watch it. It's up there on my watch list. So, okay. I mean, it's a Sony movie. I don't have a lot of expectations, but Tom Hardy's a good actor. Yeah. What do you think of this?
I'm going to give it a thumbs up. As we know, Tom Hardy is very particular with this roles he takes.
Uh-huh.
And last time he did a villain, it was Bane.
Yeah.
Which didn't end too good for him. Because everyone was like, oh, Bane. I think Bane is one of the better parts.
I love Bane. He's so cool.
Yeah, and I think Tom Hardy did perfect for that character. I like Zombieland. I rewatched it recently. I don't think it holds up that well, even after like 5 years.
Okay.
Which is a little rough. But, I mean, I'm excited to see the movie. And we'll just, like, have to see it as it goes,
We'll have to see.
Yeah. But it's a very, like, we'll keep our eyes on it situation.
Yeah.
Who knows? He'll probably end up dropping out.
He does give a good looking selfie.
True. So, we'll just go over a few. And we'll just give thumbs up, thumbs down. David Ayers is in talks to direct the Scarface remake. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I haven't... Again, I will see this movie. I haven't seen Scarface with Al Pacino.
I need to see it too.
Well, there you go.
It looks like me and Jackson are going to have a movie night.
So this is a mid thumbs for me, because I don't know.
Because we have to remember, David Ayer is not that bad of a director.
I like Fury. And Training Day was pretty decent.
And End of Watch, I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh, I've heard about that one.
Great film. I watched it last weekend. It's great. Suicide Squad, as we know, we have not seen David Ayer's Suicide Squad. We've seen Warner Brothers and DC Suicide Squad.
Really? Because it feels like David Ayer is admitting that that's his movie, even though I kind of feel like it's not as much.
I think he probably is admitting that it's his movie so that he's able to do the Harley Quinn spinoff.
I guess.
And not be under bad terms with DC.
I think they just give him too much to do with that one. Or maybe Warner Brothers took over.
But maybe in the next few weeks, me and Jackson will do a throwback review of Scarface.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
why not? We'll definitely check out the movie and give you a review.
And yeah, I mean, because I know a lot of people like it.
Yeah, me too.
Early reviews are saying that Wonder Woman is the best DCEU film yet.
Are you sure they're not paid to say that? Because I know that last year, many people were affected by what critics say, so maybe they're just like, hey, if you say if it's good, we'll pay you. But this gives me confidence. I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way Jackson does. Thumbs up. I mean, we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah. Oh, and I would like to make a special message to all of you moviegoers or DC fanboys. Can we please be mature about what people say about Wonder Woman? I mean, however the critics would say it. If it's good or bad, if it gets another Rotten Tomato rating, can we not be a bunch of babies and go at the critics or start petitions? Just, let's be mature about this, alright? Let's just go in, and if you like a movie, fine. If you don't like the movie, fine.
Yeah.
Just respect what other people say.
And I don't think it will be that big of an issue because, I mean, we'll just have to see. I'm excited to see the movie. I know you're, excited to see it. It's the last chance you'll give the DCEU.
I want it to be good, and it looks good.
Yeah, it does. It looks good. So, thumbs up from both of us. Beauty and the Beast is now in the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time.
Great.
I'm giving this a thumbs down because I don't think it deserves it. As simple as that.
You know what? Me too. Thumbs down because this movie was just made to appeal to every... For some reason, I can understand I love Beauty and the Beast so much. In fact, I would consider it as one of my favorite Disney movies. I feel like it's a perfect movie when it comes to storyline, animation. But this new one didn't give me a whole lot that was interesting, which that's probably one of the biggest problems with these recent Disney remakes. Like, there's some I felt like that deserves a remake, like Jungle Book. Mm-hmm. I didn't mind that, because I felt like the original could have been better. Uh-huh. And then they did make it better.
Yeah.
But with Beauty and the Beast, it's like, it's already perfect in the first place. Why are you doing it again?
Yeah.
But they're just doing it again because, like, there was this thing where a bunch of, like, I follow some Facebook pages where there's, like, teenage girls that would, like, post things where they're like, oh, I'm excited to see Emma Watson in that pretty dress in the new Beauty and the Beast. It's like, yeah, well, what else? You're gonna get the same songs as the first one. The only difference is that it's live action.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It's an okay movie. I don't hate it.
It's like Avatar. Avatar doesn't deserve to be the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah.
But you guys give it your money. I gave it my money.
Me too.
So let's move on.
Let's hope another Disney movie gets on top of Beauty and the Beast.
So this one is going to be a little bit... Clint Eastwood is going to return to acting in the next few years and act in a movie or two.
That doesn't surprise me.
I'm giving it a thumbs up. He's a great actor. I'm excited to see him return.
I can give it mid because I like him as an actor. Even in movies that he isn't in, that he doesn't direct, he's fine in some things. Like, I watched this one recent movie where he was a grumpy old man, and it had to do with baseball. I forgot what it was.
Trouble with the Curve.
Yeah. He was pretty
He
good
plays
in
the same character in everything.
Yeah, he does.
He's Clint Eastwood.
That's why it's just mid.
Yeah. So Star Wars 9 is set to start filming in January of 2018. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up from me too. Excited to see episode 8.
Me too.
And I am excited to see episode 9 too. So
actually, I watched Jurassic World recently, and I looked up. I thought Rian Johnson also wrote the script for the episode 9, but it turns out it's the same writers, Colin Trevorrow and one other guy who did Jurassic World. Which I was like...
Yeah, Rian Johnson isn't doing the script anymore for episode 9.
Oh, Ryan, if you write the script for episode 9, that would make me confident.
Yeah.
At least.
But...
anyways.
Also announced this past week was the naming of the... Is it Warner Brothers? The Dark Universe? Or is that...
Oh! The Universal...
Universal.
Okay, so Universal...
You can explain.
We keep... Okay, so with the new Mummy movie, I think it's obvious to people that it's going to be the first movie into... I mean, now Universal is trying to do the Marvel thing where they're doing a cinematic universe. So they're trying to do that with the Universal monster movies. Again. And this time, they feel like they have a lot of confidence that the Mummy would do well. So, I think last week or a couple days ago, they announced they even have a video where... they show all the clips from all the classic Universal monster movies, and they say that there's going to be... It's going to be a series of cinematic... It's basically a cinematic universe with Universal monsters. And the next movie after The Mummy is actually Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Directed by Bill Condon, same guy with Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
Sure. I mean, I'm open to it. I give a thumb mid, depending how The Mummy is.
I hope The Mummy's good.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
We'll see. I mean...
I don't know, what would you give it? Now that I explained it.
Thumbs middle.
Yeah, same.
I don't care about this universe.
I don't care when other studios...
until they give me a reason to care about it.
Except for Monsterverse, where they have King Kong, Godzilla. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, of course you do.
That's a more of a monster verse for me.
But yeah, until I see Mummy, I will not think one way or another about this.
Yeah. And plus, they already done this before, back in the 40s and 50s, where they had crossovers. Like, I think Frankenstein and Wolfman had a crossover.
Yeah.
So this isn't the first time they're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering, if The Mummy doesn't do well, both critically and financially, will they just reset everything again? Just like what they did with Dracula Untold?
Stay tuned
that
for that on the next
would
episode
make me
of
laugh
Jackson and Seth
so
at
hard.
the movies.
Oh my god.
And the news story we'll leave off with this week. Bit of sad news in the week of movies. Zack Snyder. It's recently come out that his daughter committed suicide back in March. And so he's going to be stepping away from the post-production side and reshootings of Justice League. And remind me his name, Jackson.
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon is going to come in and do it.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to give thumbs up or thumbs down to this because it's a very sad situation either way. But, I mean, just in terms of, like, filmmaking, you know, at the end of the day, we can hate filmmakers, dislike them, but at the end of the day, they're people.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone, at least me or Jackson, we don't like Zack Snyder's movies.
I don't respect him as a filmmaker, but I respect him as a person.
Yeah. There should be a filmmaker side and a person side.
There you go. I mean, it's like saying we both hate Adam Sandler, but maybe he could be a cool guy to hang out with.
Oh, I've heard Adam Sandler's one of the nicest people in the world, you know?
Yeah.
There's sides to these people that we don't see, and they're human.
Exactly.
So we personally, I know we don't get too many viewers on this this podcast yet. Hopefully we will sometime. But we just want to, you know, say to everyone out there, just remember that movies are important, but people are more important. And Zack Snyder, if there's probably no way you'll ever listen to this, maybe someday, somehow. But we just wanted to say, keep on chugging because you're a part of the filmmaking community, which me and Jackson are also a part of. You're out there every day like us, and we're sorry for your loss, and we hope everything can go smoothly from here on out for you and your family.
Yeah. I mean, this is one thing I can really understand as a filmmaker where... Because when you make a movie, you gotta put your mind on set as the movie is. Like, if you're gonna make a fun movie, then you'll have a fun time making a movie. If you're gonna think about making a movie to press, then you gotta think... Like, you gotta make it to press so you can get the feel of it. Obviously, with this kind of a tragic thing, this would be so hard to get over. And I like this idea that Zack Snyder is stepping down to take a break with his family, because I feel like that's what this guy needs. I've had friends who's been through this before, and I can imagine if I went through this as a filmmaker, this would be so extremely hard, because you can't get over this sort of thing. And I trust Joss Whedon, he knows what to do. At least, I mean, this is one thing. I remember reading the news, thinking, like, when Zack Snyder stepped down, I'm like, this is not the way how I wish he would step down. Because I mean, like I said, I don't respect him as a filmmaker, but I didn't want him to go this.
No one wants
tragic.
anything to
Nobody
happen
wants
to
that.
anyone like this ever.
No.
We wouldn't wish this upon our worst enemies.
No. Not at all.
And especially, we gotta understand too, because we as film lovers do this a lot. Movies are important, of course, but at the end of the day, people are trying to entertain us.
Yeah. As
moviegoers. It's not like Zack Snyder when he was making Man of Steel or Batman vs Superman. He's like, I just want this movie to suck.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make it suck. No, he tried. A group of individuals tried to make a movie that they think the moviegoers and DC fans would love. There's so many people that like those movies too. For us, we don't. But, you know, just to wrap up things a little bit, really, just remember, guys, like, movies are so important.
Yeah. And
we're lucky enough to get to come together and talk about them for like an hour or two a week. Yeah. And, you know, some of you guys listen to it, and that's so cool. But people, human lives, just everything are more important than movies.
I agree. To Snyder's family, you will be in my thoughts for a while.
Yeah.
Zach, buddy, I hope you one day I mean...
I hope you get out of this and come make another movie.
Yeah.
I hope you're able to... I want you to make more movies. I want everyone to be successful in making movies.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, all we can say is we wish you the best. Hope everything goes well. And even though you probably won't ever listen to this, we're with you in thought and spirit. And yeah, that's going to wrap up our news. And pretty much going to wrap up the show. We're just going to... Next week, we're going to come back. We're going to be talking about Baywatch, which we're seeing tonight.
Yep.
And Pirates of the Caribbean,
yep.
which we're also seeing tonight. We're excited for Baywatch.
Baywatch looks fun.
Don't know how we feel about Pirates of the Caribbean.
We like pirates, so we'll go see it.
We'll go see it. But also, guys, we have a cool announcement. We set up an email. And so our new email is jacksonandseth@gmail.com. If you have any questions or any sort of things, you can direct them to our email, or of course you can comment on the YouTube, or our Facebooks. You can message us. Let us know. We still want guests. We were going to have a guest on this week, but things are we're in a transitional period right now. We're just recording out of our bedrooms every week.
Yeah.
But soon we're going to get back in an edit bay.
Yeah, we will.
And be able to give you guys better content.
We will. Definitely we will.
Our YouTube is up, but no videos on that yet. So we'll announce more about that later. But we have a YouTube started. We're going to start doing video reviews, video stuff there, video news, everything.
Yes.
But until next time, Jackson, where can they find you?
Well, they can find me at Instagram. I directed Jackson. You can look at my lovely movie collection or just see some cool photos of mine. You can check me out on Facebook, Jackson Hayes, and you can find me on YouTube, where you can find my original films there. Where can they find you, Seth?
So you guys can find me on YouTube at Seth Orris and Facebook at Seth Austin Orris. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. We'd love to, talk to you, have you on as guests.
Yeah, let us know.
Thank you guys for your continued support of the show. We've been getting comments. Usually every week we get about 2 comments saying, love the show, would love to be on. So we're going to start getting guests, start doing better content for you guys. I'm still working on getting the budget together to buy stuff. But until next time, thank you guys, and go watch some movies tonight.
Well, see you later.